So you're out here promoting Planned Parenthood. You have a lot of satanic symbolisms on your tattoos. Are you a Wiccan? Or is that, white magic, black magic? How does that all work? I mean, do you have the symbolism on your arm? I'm not joking.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and you're out here promoting Planned Parenthood, but you have a lot of satanic symbols in your tattoos. Are you Wiccan? That was the line of questioning used by an in-your-face anti-abortion protester who didn't know the difference between initiated and indoctrinated.
They say that Satanists or people involved in witchcraft, because Satan, and if you're a Satanist, Satan is just a form of something, that they take their babies, they intentionally get pregnant, and they sacrifice their children. And your tattoos remind me of something with Lady Gaga.
She was carrying a Bible around to give the impression of religious superiority, but when she started speaking, it was obvious that she was just another cult member.
So Lady Gaga was indoctrinated. It's not called indoctrinated. It's like when you get jumped into a game. Okay, initiated. There you go. She was initiated by this person that was a Satanist, and they had dropped her out in the woods or something in the dark, and she had to have a blindfold on and learn survival skills with no sight. It's quite crazy. It was a documentary.
The satanic symbols that the eyeliner queen had issues with are literally the sun and a waxing and waning moon. It was obvious that this Bible-thumping moron practices contempt prior to investigation, as she tried to project hate onto everything that she doesn't understand. One comment on social media explained a lot. Tommy Levin said that he'd been a Satanist for about 30 years. He said there is no breeding camps, they don't eat babies, and they don't kill or harm children. Modern satanic organizations have very strict rules against harming children. Children are harmed, molested, and raped at Christian churches by church leaders. The Christian crackpot repeated every fascist talking point that she could think of in this one-sided assault on someone who was just there to stand up for women's reproductive health care.
These clinic defenders troll the absolute out of anti-abortion protesters.
Some escorts are really, really good at engaging with protesters. And then we'll have other ones at the door, and a patient comes out, and we're all ready with our umbrellas, oh, they're gonna say something, they're gonna try to harass or follow this patient. And we look over, and they're still just having this conversation with this escort, and we're like, oh, okay, well, you you go on over while they're not looking, while they're not paying attention.
Yeah. Turn from your sin, Winnie.
Kiss me.
I will not. Don't be so wicked, you foul woman.
This Karen and her paint chip eating kid must have just gotten fired up on church Kool-Aid on the way to the protest. They came across as a couple of uneducated fascists who didn't have a clue about what they were talking about. The kid was holding a Turning Point USA sign up. Ironically, this bonehead doesn't understand that Charlie Kirk wants to take his future away from him and end Social Security, starting with his age group. These are the very people who think that rich elites are grooming the youth of the nation against God and preach hate against the LGBTQ community while practicing their own hypocritical version of Christianity. The jackaloon looked like he had just finished eating a box of crayons. What a group of idiots. This was a church group that decided to apply the nonsense that they've been learning in Sunday school on innocent bystanders. If your religion causes you to hate others while acting righteous, you may be in the wrong place. If your church preaches politics from the pulpit, they insult the Constitution and should pay taxes. Karen and her glue-eating kid are do as I say, not as I do jackaloons. They want to control everyone else because they think that they're experts of some kind. These jackasses are delusional. They only quote verses from the Bible that they can twist to support their moronic arguments. These people are the ones who follow the Donald Trump and march the train wreck greens. This is the undereducated GOP base. What a bunch of clowns. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.